Hello, Taylor Russell.
Hello. Hello.
It is good to see you. And I just have to tell you the story first and foremost. First time I ever saw you on TV and saw your name,
Mhm.
I called up my family because you do. You look just like members of my family. I said, "Do we have a relative named Taylor Russell who's on TV?" And they're going, "No, but we can check." And I said, "She sure looks like one of us." So we have claimed you. So there you go.
Great, great. I am happy to be a part of your family. I don't know what you guys are like, but you seem very nice, so
Oh,
I'm fine with that.
thank you. And same to you with your very nice smile. So yes, you are part of us. So Taylor, of course, very interesting movie. Your character, it's funny. She is so headstrong and determined. And as the story goes on, we actually find out why she is that way.
hmm hmm Yeah, yeah. I think you put it perfectly. She's all of those things, and holding her own secrets um, and not wanting to reveal them, and they get revealed anyways. I think like both of these characters go through, my character and Charlie's character.
Mhm. And that's even what he said, how, right, you're both, because of course you don't always want to come out in the beginning and tell somebody everything, about you. But then because a lot of times we think people may shun us. But then the reality is that was the best part about both of you when you found out the different things about each other. That really even kind of just drew even closer together.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think there's a reason why they were drawn to each other initially and why they kept on, returning to spending time with one another. And probably somewhere subconsciously they knew that, that they were um, akin. So yeah, it was nice to explore that and to see the walls come down between them.
Mhm. And then obviously it's a serious movie, but also a lot of fun parts in it. I really enjoyed the outdoor theater part because now that's kind of like what me and my family do too. We'll sit out in the backyard, and watch movies. But that was just so much fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, it was great to be in a movie, watching a movie. Those are always cool scenes to do.
Right. And then of course you did this movie a couple of years ago, but it's kind of like ironic to see an actual 2020 high school graduation.
Right, right, right. I know. And watching all the graduates from this year too, and seeing celebrations, on your social distance walks, and um, yeah, hopefully they feel like some sort of celebration in that it's solidified in cinema in a way that they can connect to.
Right, because they could, yeah, take that video, superimpose their faces on it, so it's the whole big gang right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
But it was one of those other films where Charlie and I talked about, where especially with his character, with the situation he had going on, it was great to see that he didn't get shunned by everyone. It was kind of like once people found out about his situation, it was like, okay, well, let's do our best, which is, kind of a different spin.
yeah. I think that's probably universally in positive situations when people are really accepting how it goes is uh somewhere, if it's not your family, maybe your friend group, that once you're honest about who you are, people are inspired to be honest about who they are as well. And um and honesty is the most important thing. So I like that this story has that message.
Mhm. All right. Well, new niece Taylor Russell, pleasure talking with you, and you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Great talking to you.
Hey, Charlie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Greg?
Doing well, doing well. Just like you, here in the household bunker, just
As always, the
trying
regular
to
spot
enjoy.
nowadays.
Well, watched your movie. Very good job, first and foremost. I have to tell you. I mean, I can only imagine what it must be like to play a person who, has schizophrenia and, just kind of like deal with that situation.
Yeah, no, it's incredibly. I mean, obviously, for me as an actor, it's not nearly as daunting as it must be when that is your reality and you're having to come to grips with that. But yeah, it absolutely was. And I think for me, I really just want to lead from a place of respect more than anything.
Right.
In that I don't think this is something that has been talked about in the bulk of mainstream media in this way. and wanting to make sure we're doing that in the right way, and that we're not taking away from what the reality of living with this illness can be like for most people, and that it's always really coming back to the facts of what this is. And I think that's, for me, I knew like if we were able to do that, hopefully, the movie as a whole would work. And the rest of everything else would just kind of fall into place. But yeah, that was so important from the get-go.
Right. And no, you did. Like you said, you when you saw the movie, you felt for him, of course, but then realized, yeah, this is real, folks, and something that we need to look into as compared to like really in the old days, shunning the person.
Completely, yeah. And I think it's still so common for people, it's as simple as if you see somebody who seems to be in the midst of that experience walking down the street, it's as simple as like, oh, I'm gonna cross the street and
Uh,
look the other way. And those little things, I think they add up. and
mhm.
and I think, yeah, hopefully the conversation can become shifted from just being the turn your head away to, hey, let's really talk about this, let's dig into this, let's educate ourselves about this ultimately.
Right. Then the other fun thing, of course, the love interest. That was nice, just seeing how your relationship with the young lady, grew, and how the reality is you were both there to help each other.
Completely, yeah. And I think hopefully that's the part of the story that really anyone can connect to as well, and find some in Maya's story, because of course, she is, I think, dealing with a lot of the same feelings that Adam has when it comes to the shame about her situation, hiding, trying to live in secret somewhat, and what that can kind of do, and how that can kind of deteriorate, your well-being over time, and how that's hard to maintain. And I think anyone can connect with that, and the fear of trusting people with your truth, and whatever that may be. But yeah, I think it's wonderful that they're able to find each other through that, and then that's a big part of the story as well.
Right. Then also getting to see an actual class of 2020 graduate from high school.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we made this movie a couple years ago. I think if we would
Right.
have known what
Right.
was in store for us, it might have been a little different. Yeah.
Right. And I wanted to share this story with you. I went to a Catholic high school, even though I'm not Catholic. But just like when your character did the confession with the priest, I had never done a
Yeah.
confession before. So I had to do one time. And we turned our back to the priest. And so he said, do your thing. And I didn't do anything wrong. So I just know I said, well, I had a cigarette and a smoke, or a cigarette and a beer last week with my friends. And he goes, Greg. And I'm going, you're not supposed to know who I am. First and last one, Charlie.
Straight to
First
the
and
office.
last. But
I love it, man. That's great.
thank you so much for your time, Charlie. Great seeing you
Thank
and
you so
good
much,
talking
Greg.
to you. All right, man. Take
Thank
care.
you so much. Have a great rest of the day. You too, man. I appreciate it.